Welcome, all you Plus 2 Comedy Modifiers, to another episode of the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast. I'm your poorly framed host, TV's Noah Houlihan. That doesn't make sense if you're not watching on YouTube. And before we get to our fantastic episode with Alex Reale returning to the podcast, I gotta tell you about some upcoming shows, because this very weekend, that's June 8th through the 10th, we're heading to Atlantic City for Anime Next. So come see us as we do stand-up, we do Game the Gamer, we do Beyond the Tentacle, haven't done that one in a while, and more cosplay, pro wrestling. So come see us at Anime Next. For more information, go to animenext.org. Also, we are heading back to Too Many Games in the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania. We'll be doing stand-up, Game the Gamer, and more cosplay pro wrestling because it's 8-Bit Mania. So please come see us at Too Many Games. That's June 22nd through the 24th. For more information, go to TooManyGames.com. We're also heading back to DexCon in July. DexCon runs from July 4th through the 8th. That starts on a Wednesday, ends on a Sunday. It is the greatest tabletop convention I have personally ever been to. So come check out DexCon in Morristown, New Jersey. It is worth it, trust me. It's one of my favorite cons to go to and just chill. So if you want to chill with me and also see some fun stuff, come to DexCon. For more information, go to dexposure.com. Also, we're happy to announce we are going back to Mag Labs. The incredible Mag Labs will be September 7th through the 9th in the Hilton Alexandria Mark Center in Alexandria, Virginia. So please come and see us. We're not sure what we're doing yet. It's still being figured out, but it's going to be a fantastic time at Mag Labs. For more information, go to labs.magfest.org. And now, without any further ado, take it away.
Who's ready for a podcast? Awesome. Who's here to do other things currently being annoyed by a podcast? I love you guys. This is the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast coming to you live from Gamers Vault. I'm your host, as always, TV's Noah Houlihan. I forgot to give the address. That's 175 Route 70 in Medford, New Jersey. I'm your host, as always, TV's Noah Houlihan. And I am joined, as always, by the Eevee to my Pikachu, Mr. Will Liam. How you doing, Will?
I don't know if I understand that.
Did you not see the new games?
No.
There's Pikachu Go and Eevee Go now. They're going to be on the Switch, and they're going to be compatible with Go.
In what way?
How you doing, Will?
I'm doing good. The only video game news I got was Fallout 76, and I don't like it.
Our guest this week is an author, and I realized that you told me what the books were, but you didn't tell me the titles. So the author of Dodger's Doorway and others. Please give it up for Alex Reale.
Thanks for having me, Noah.
Yeah, enjoy that woo.
I will.
Alex, thank you so much for coming back on the show. I believe you were episode number 8 of this show, and now here you are over 200 episodes later. Thank you so much for coming back. And you've gone from having 1 book to 4, which is pretty good.
Do those books have names?
Yes.
Yeah, because I sure don't know them.
Yeah, so I had Dodger's Doorway. That was my first young adult fantasy novel. Then I wrote the sequel, Return to Story World. Excuse me. And I wrote 2 kids' books in the past year. One's called Only One Samantha, and the other is From Zero to Hero. And they're kids coloring storybooks.
Yeah, based off of the popular Hercules song, Zero to Hero.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent.
It's exact ripoff.
See, I figured Only One Samantha was based off of the Jet Li action movie, The One. It was just Samantha killing all other Samanthas,
yeah, exactly.
becoming more powerful.
Yeah. My favorite part is when Samantha grabs 2 motorcycles and sandwiches.
Jason Statham.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that movie. It is my favorite Jet Li movie.
Early Hollywood Statham.
Yes. Not to take the conversation immediately to a dark place, but did you guys know that Jet Li is like a frail man now?
I saw. It's
It's
terrible.
so sad.
Is he
I didn't know which one was him in the picture.
Is he diseased?
He's diseased. He is, in fact. He can't eat food or something.
I thought it was like a back thing, but he looks
Perhaps, which is the
Well, I mean, it's
opposite.
opposite of
Because I said tummy and you said back. Research department, we're calling on you early. We need to know what's wrong with Jet Li. All right, research department is on it.
Either way, he's not healthy.
Yeah, he's not a healthy man at the moment.
Front, back.
Yeah, that's all the parts.
all
of
the
him.
sides, top, bottom.
Yeah, I hear his sides are pretty bad.
It's not funny, but
It's
I
not.
mean,
It's super sad, but this is how I deal with tragedy.
All right, good night.
But what are? Excuse me. What made you switch to children's books?
I honestly can't remember what gave me like the idea initially. I think I just had the story like in my mind, and I was like, oh, let's give this a try, see if it works. So, yeah, I came up with the story for Only One Samantha, and I spoke to an artist friend of mine. I think you know him, Ben Fiddler.
Oh, I know Ben
And-
Fiddler. I love Ben Fiddler.
Yeah, he did the artwork, did a great job. Only One Samantha.
Oh wow, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, absolutely. He did a fantastic job, and I think the artworks definitely contribute to most of the popularity. And it was such a hit, I decided to write another kid's book. I gave another artist friend of mine a chance to shine, and I think I might do another one eventually.
Oh, cool. Good stuff. I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah, I
but
know.
We have
Yeah,
news
no,
from the
I'm
research
kinda
department.
interested.
Hyperthyroidism.
I thought that made people.
Yeah, it's the opposite of hypothyroidism.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So Okay, it causes osteoporosis.
So
because
couldn't he
it's
just eat a
metabolizing
lot?
the food. I mean, I bet he's trying, but it's difficult. He's a very small man.
So I guess he's not going to be Expendables 4.
That's-
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't think those movies are good anyway.
Yeah. The next one was supposed to be the all girls. It was supposed to be Expendables.
That could
With
be.
Meryl Streep,
Meryl Streep, Ronda Rousey,
Cameron Diaz,
Cameron Diaz was supposed to be in there.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, of course.
Mhm.
Ellen Ripley.
Sigourney
Sigourney Weaver. It was supposed to be real good, but it just vanished.
Well, because they didn't want to ruin people's adulthoods.
Yeah, it ruined my adulthood. I wonder if there's any kids that are like, The Expendables is my childhood favorite movie.
Well, if you think about it, they came out in 2010. So, like,
Yeah,
kids now, like, if they saw when they're 10, not saying
Yeah.
they should have, but
yeah, they're
if not,
18
they're 18.
now. Yeah, yeah, that could ruin their
And they
childhood.
were like, my dad loves this awful movie.
It's all these really old people.
Yeah, it's a bunch of old dudes.
and Antonio Banderas for some reason.
Yeah.
He is technically old. You can't tell it from his immortal face, but I think he's like 70.
Something like that, yeah. Alex, let's talk about your books.
Yeah.
Getting carried away.
Before I get distracted again.
What is Only One Samantha about?
Well, you explained. It's a
I
script
nailed
from the
it.
one.
Perfect.
She goes around trying to kill other Samanthas. No.
It's a kid's book.
No, so it's about this girl. She dresses weird and she wears like different outfits each day, and
I do that.
and kids make fun of her, but she's like, no,
For
I'm gonna be
changing
myself.
her clothes every day?
Like wearing weird stuff.
No,
Like,
I
she wears like a dinosaur outfit. And,
Oh,
like,
that's dope.
and she gets made fun of, but then she like her teacher kind of sports her and is like, hey, be
Well,
yourself.
she's a dinosaur.
Yeah. It's awesome.
terrible.
And it's just like embracing being unique and being yourself. Like, don't care about what other people think, and
Cool.
that's what makes you special.
Awesome. Awesome. And what about Zero to Hero?
It's this kid. He wants to be a hero, but he feels like he can't because he's in a wheelchair. But
Oh,
he finds
okay.
out that you don't have to be like Batman or like someone super strong or anything
You
to
could
be a
be
hero.
Oracle.
Yeah, exactly. Oracle's pretty badass. I mean, But,
Oracle is legitimately one of my favorite characters in the DC universe because both Barbara Gordon and Bruce Wayne has ended up in a wheelchair, but Batman had to get out of the wheelchair to be relevant.
yeah.
God, what a great. I realized, I was like, what a great story that would be if he was just using his detective brain
Yeah.
to help other people. I was like, oh, and him not doing that is what ruined Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta punch.
Yeah, you gotta punch people if you're gonna be Batman. But Barbara Gordon's still helpful.
You guys are giving away the ending to my stories.
Am I? I'm nailing. We're just nailing.
He gets
this.
out of the wheelchair, starts beating the crap out of Tom Hardy.
I believe we did this last time you were on the show. Is we were just kind of making goofy jokes about your book, and they ended up being correct.
Yeah.
So what happens to Dodger in the sequel?
So in the sequel, it takes place 10 years later, and it's a murder mystery. So this time, He's recruited to help out solve a murder, and he works with some new characters like Sherlock Holmes.
No, I think he's an old character.
New to Dodger.
Okay.
New to the story. William Tell, some.
I'm guessing every character is roughly 125 years old. Past that public domain line.
Pretty much. They're just conveniently without copyright.
No, because this is starting to sound like an awesome League of Extraordinary Gentlemen type thing.
That's one of the inspirations, definitely.
I like William Tell as like a Green Arrow.
Well, it's a little twist. It's actually William Tell's daughter,
Ooh.
but I won't give it away too much.
Okay.
She's pretty badass, yeah.
Cool.
Wilma Tell.
And I recently saw a film, and I couldn't help but think about you because I know that a lot of public domain characters show up in Dodger's doorway. Did you see the new Mummy?
I did not.
The whole time they were talking about the Dark Universe, I was like, Alex Reale was doing this.
I have been interested though. Like, I think that's pretty cool. Like, I think Russell Crowe played Dr. Hyde or Mr. Hyde.
Mr.
Right?
Hyde or Dr. Jekyll. He did both.
I mean, they're the same character.
It's horrendous. It is a horrendous film.
I figured as much. I mean, hashtag not my mummy.
Yes,
it's not Brendan Fraser.
Not Brendan Fraser. Yeah. He's the only Mummy movie. There was no Mummy movies before the Brendan Fraser movie.
Nothing. It
Nor
was
will
just
there be
Mummy
any.
Returns, and that's
yes,
it.
that's it.
Nothing after that.
I
Literally
don't
nothing.
even like Returns that much.
You're not going to count the third Mummy
Nothing
movie?
Tomb
after
of the
Returns.
Dragon Emperor?
Jet Li's in that, and he's a very frail man.
That's why he's a mummy.
Yeah, he's still method acting that one, it turns out.
That movie had Yetis.
Did it have Yetis?
Yeah, I saw that in theaters.
Oh my goodness. Remember when you would just go see a bad movie in theaters?
There was no Rotten Tomatoes. You didn't know it was a bad movie.
No. There was a time where we're like, this movie's going to be terrible, and we're seeing it opening night. I'm still upset we didn't go see Jennifer's Body when it came out.
It wasn't... the movie has some virtues.
I think it's like one of those... I think it's fun. Not like, yeah, I want to watch this over and over, but fun just because, like, Diablo Cody's writing, like, it's hard to describe, but she has a very distinct style of writing. It's like, kids don't talk this way. This is how, like, they wish they talked.
Yeah, I love any, like, media that clearly has its own language. Like Juno.
Yeah.
Like, nobody talks like that.
I got a hamburger phone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. This is one skillet that can't be undoodled, I think is a line
Shut
in
up,
that
Dwight.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dwight
that's-
says it.
No, that's a diddle that can't be undid.
A diddle?
Because she
I thought it
keeps
was a
shaking
doodle.
the pregnancy. It might be a doodle.
Like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
Oh, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that...
But it took 3 grown men and a discussion.
No, it took 2 grown men to explain it to you.
Research department knew it immediately, just so you guys know. She's not mic'd, but she is bragging.
But the
currently.
point stands that no one talks that way.
No one talks that way.
It's a all right line, but
All right, I'll be sure to throw it out there next time I see someone shaking something
a
they don't
pregnancy
like.
test, yeah. Yeah, or a baby, just anything.
Well, then it is undone. So, Alex, and there goes the stream. We're just gonna giggle for the rest of the time. I believe your
I was trying to
first
think-
episode was very giggly as well.
Oh, yeah. It was a fun time, and this is shaping up to be just as fun.
Yeah, I mean, like back in the days when we used to do comedy together, you were always one of my favorite people to hang out with, and now we hang out never. So it's great to have you back on the show.
I mean, Jersey, it's...
Are you in Jersey? I thought you were over the bridge.
No, my girlfriend does live in Jersey, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
You every time you say Jersey and then you just stop.
Yeah,
Because it's
like
painful.
it's Beetlejuice.
I can't say it 3 times in a row. No, Jersey's all right, I guess. For the whole-
Ah,
was the third
now
time.
Chris Christie's here.
Just for the whole, like, I don't know. Didn't the Jersey Shore close down recently?
All of
The
it?
whole thing
Well, not all of it.
or the show?
I mean, well, they're having a reunion, so I could totally believe the beaches were like, we're closed.
Well, one of the shores just closed. Like, I saw a news thing because there's, like, bacteria or, like, sewage that got washed up, like, in one of the areas, and It's true. All right.
Well, that's further. That's like northern problems.
Yeah. Yeah. They care about the sewage in their water. Unlike in Atlantic City, where we're like, yeah, just push it aside. Let a jellyfish eat it. That's what happens to it, right? They eat cans and bottles. Yeah, of course.
Like that's why they call them the goat of the sea.
Yes, exactly. The jellyfish. So these are all independently published, right?
Yes.
I'm the best at segues.
Yeah, I self-published all of them through CreateSpace. It's a subsidiary of Amazon, so
Okay.
very easy to do. A little expensive, but it's pretty cool. Like having that control of everything, distribution, marketing, everything's in your hands. It is difficult though, like getting exposure.
Yeah.
That's like the one bad thing about it.
I'd imagine. I mean, because the advice I heard for if you're going to release a book on Amazon was to set $5,000 aside to buy your own book. This way, you're one of the best sellers. It's like, oh, one, that shows that not a lot of people are buying books. That it only takes $5,000 for you to be one of the top sellers. But yeah, that was the advice I remember reading. I was like, oh, that's weird.
See, the advice I read was take your book, go to Barnes & Noble, put it on the shelf, because apparently...
Wait, what?
This is like someone actually did this. They tested, because they have barcodes on the back of them, and they wondered, oh, well, it's scanned with like a Barnes & Noble like checkout.
Right.
So they planted it. They had a friend go in and take it to the counter, check it out, scanned and register and everything, even though like it's not in Barnes & Noble's system. Like it has an ISBN.
Yeah, but like you're not seeing any of that money, right?
I mean, you had to get that book from somewhere. Like,
what does it come up as? This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I saw it in an article. Someone said it worked. I guess it's like a good way to get exposure, but I don't know. Like you said, like
to that one,
to that
to
your
friend
friend that you had go buy it, who's now out $5.99 to a cashier that I think is just. I don't think anything came up on that computer. I think it was
invalid. $20, please.
Just me that.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be in trouble for being short. $12.95.
Ka-ching! Did you just make that with your mouth? No, that's the noise it makes. Go away now. Take your book.
Just leave.
And take your own book.
There's no law.
You know your face is on this, right?
You paid with a debit card. I watched you sign this name. It matches the signature on the front of the book. And it's also to yourself. All right, so that's one good plan. Well, do you have any advice for someone that's looking to self-publish?
Don't try the Barnes & Noble trick, apparently.
Well, you haven't tried it.
Jokes.
Yeah. Advice I would give is market the hell out of it. Blast it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, I don't think I would have as many sales if it wasn't for social media, honestly. Like, that's, as much as I hate it, social media is the key to making sales. It's you gotta be a social media guru nowadays.
Yeah. And I still give your book away a lot when I do Reddit exchanges.
I saw that. That was very touching that you did that, honestly. And people tell me, like, oh, I gave your only one Samantha to my child for Christmas. They love it. And
that's awesome.
You know, it's worth it.
Yeah. So what's next? Do you know? You got any ideas stewing back there?
I'd like to do more kids' books. I definitely have ideas brewing. I have 2 more books planned in the series for Dodger's Doorway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's all I have for now. Maybe some side projects here or there, but those are the 2 paths I want to take for now.
Yeah, cool. Way cool. You know, if you need illustrators, me and Will gladly do it. We're not good.
I was going to say, like, are you guys...
No, not at all.
I have a style that people like.
Yes.
Are you Ben Fiddler level?
I don't know. How much do you like stick figures?
Oh, I draw a mean stick figure.
I mean, it could work. It could be...
Yeah.
They're
not on the same level as XKCD, but they are pretty good stick figures.
They can be stories about Jet Li.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very skinny
exclusively
man right
drew. I cannot draw on it and have no artistic ability in that medium. But I used to draw a lot of comics with my stick figures, and they were very violent.
As violent as you can get with stick figures.
Oh yeah, like blood just gushing out of a line.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they'd like wear clothes and stuff. I had little
Well, I'd
They would
hope
just
so.
be loosely hanging off of
Yeah.
sticks.
I thought it was all skin tight. Just got to look real hard. Kind of see it. Yeah, neither of us can draw, and yet both of us had webcomics at some point in our lives. Yeah. You can do anything you want, kids.
Eh.
Just not well.
Yeah.
You can
Just
do
go
it.
on the internet and do whatever.
Doesn't mean it's good.
You can, honestly. Okay, speaking of self-published, there's someone, never thinking ideas too silly, there's someone who has probably made a fortune off of, like, dinosaur erotica. On Amazon. There's dinosaur erotica. It's, like, taken by the T-Rex.
Now, this is a story?
It's like a series of books, e-books.
And this is dinosaurs only?
It's dinosaurs and humans.
Oh.
The cover is, like, a buff guy with, like, a pterodactyl draping its wing over him.
Huh.
And they make bank. Look it up. Taken by the T-Rex.
Yeah,
or,
I believe you.
what was it, like, violated by the Velociraptor, stuff like that.
I'm a big fan of alliteration. So
That's what sells. It's like,
I know that there's a dinosaur webcomic that uses the same picture every single time. He's just his one picture, he changes the speech bubbles, and he's sold a book. Yeah. Don't work, kids. Just find that one thing. Make your dreams come true.
I picked the wrong career path.
Yeah, we all did. Look at this. Look at the empire plus 2 comedy is built.
I'm kind of proud of some of the stuff we've done. No.
I'm sorry. I'm in a mood. I apologize.
Clearly.
Yes. So let's geek out. That usually makes me happy. We like to geek out in this show. Do it in a little segment we like to call "What You Watching, What You Reading, What You Playing." It's where we talk about what we're watching, what we're reading, what we're playing. Alex, you're new to the group. Well, kind of new. Returning to the group. What have you been watching? You been watching anything good?
So I've actually been binging Scrubs. I never watched
really?
it before. Yeah, my girlfriend loves it, and she gave me the DVDs, and I've been watching.
Oh no!
The Empire. Empire we built. It's all gone.
Avenge me.
I hope that sound came across. There was a bang. If you didn't hear it, there was a bang.
Speaking of bullet wounds, so Scrubs.
Scrubs.
But yeah, I've been watching. I'm at season 8, which I know is like towards the end. And I like it. It's a very well written show, and I feel kind of I can't think of the word, but I'm kind of upset that I missed it like in its heyday.
Yeah, well, to be fair, everyone did.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about Scrubs until it started showing up in syndication on Comedy Central.
Fair enough.
And that's when everyone got on the train and was like, "Where have we been?"
It's it's like I was kind of put off because I just thought it was like, oh, this is goofy, but no, it's like a very like clever show. Like, just the writing is just, it kind of blows me away sometimes, like what they do on it, like the Wizard of Oz episode.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz is really good episode.
I think that was like the 100th. It was directed by Zach Braff. Like, I thought it was
that one is a
good.
brilliant episode. Season 8, I believe, is the last season before the ABC switch. Yeah, okay.
Or it's the last one before the interns.
Yeah, the new
Oh no,
the new
so
breed.
this is the last season.
Yeah,
Like the janitor.
Don't.
I
know who Lady is.
Okay,
but
you know who Lady. That's exactly the question I was going to ask you.
I know who Lady is. I forget what the last episode was. I saw JD as a kid. Turk and Carl about to have their second kid. I think I'm like halfway through, but yeah, it's been a good run.
Yeah, it is my favorite last episode of all time. I don't count the interns as a season.
A lot of people don't. That's what I've been hearing. Like,
it's supposed to be a different show. It is supposed to be a spinoff. It is not
really?
technically. Yeah, it is Joni Loves Chachi. Nobody gets that reference.
Oh,
so
I mean, some
Dodgeball?
spinoffs can be good. I was thinking it could have been like The Flash, but apparently you're saying it's Joni Loves Chachi.
yeah, it's like the first episode of the intern season is the first episode of Scrubs, like where the new doctor has the patient that they believe they've convinced them to quit smoking and they haven't. That is the exact same episode that they do but it's drinking. Like it's
Okay.
It's just beat for beat the same episode. It's like this is truly just a waste of time.
I guess that's why it's only one season.
Yeah, it's real bad. But yeah, I'm not going to think about the last episode of Scrubs too much because I will cry. It's so good. So yeah, enjoy that ride. I'm sorry it's almost over because it's so good. What's your favorite episode so far? I'll talk about Scrubs all day.
Honestly, my favorite I think was The Wizard of Oz, or I like the episode, and I don't know if this is like good enough description. It was when there were 3 patients who got a donor organ from a girl who died from rabies.
Oh yes, yeah,
and
that's
Dr. Cox breaks down at the
loses
end.
it, yeah.
Like I thought that was such like a
That's something
heart-wrenching
they built
episode.
to for seasons.
because of the girl, the actress. She was in it for a while.
She was in it for a while, the girl from Mad TV, and there's also this big thing that Dr. Cox is the only doctor that's never killed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he's like, I am the exception that makes the rule. Everyone will kill someone someday. And then, like, it's not till a few seasons later that all that stuff goes down. It's so good.
And he says, like, oh, he could have waited for that liver. Like,
yeah. Oh,
it
is heartbreaking.
Yeah, but it's like just the fact that a show can make me do that, like
Mm-hmm.
really just tug at the heartstrings. I haven't felt that way. And it's gonna sound sad since the end of The Office, the season finale, series finale.
That is what we are currently watching.
I'm not gonna
so
say anything.
Don't say anything.
Not gonna say anything more.
But my favorite episode is the janitor episode, where it's everything's from the janitor's point of view.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that one
Yeah.
too.
Especially because I watched it in college with you. We were like sitting next to each other watching it and just talking about how much we like Scrubs, and then it ended and we're like, oh, I want to go play video games. How about you, William? What have you been watching?
I watched Solo: a Star Wars story. I liked it. I really liked it. I don't get like.
That's basically the review I've gotten from everybody. I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
not due. I mean, I guess it just came out, but all the articles are like flop.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw but it didn't make what they projected.
yeah, which that bar is incredibly high.
Yeah, considering that Deadpool was 2 weeks ago, and then Avengers was before
I
that.
just like the other Star Wars movies are either the massive release, like the trilogy, or Rogue One, which is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But it's a heist movie,
Mhm.
and I love heist movies.
Love a good heist movie.
It's in kind of a western too. I thought it was really good. I hated that. Wait, what's
Oh,
up?
no, go ahead.
They early on. It's not like a spoiler. They did the dumb prequel. Like they'll like come up with a reason for someone's name being something.
Okay.
Like this happens in other movies, and it's always terrible. Don't do it, because he's enrolling into the flight academy, and they're like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Han," and they're like, "Han what?" And he's like, "Just Han." They're like, "Who are your people?" He's like, "I don't have people." And they're like, "Okay, Han Solo." It's like, "Oh, come on!"
Really?
I hate you.
I kind of hate stuff like that.
Yeah,
Too.
but that was probably the
I
worst.
loved
part.
it in Rogue One.
But that was fine. So immediately I'll go
because
back.
that wasn't a character.
Yeah, that was.
Hey, the ship's a carrot. Well, it was a team.
I don't have a
guess.
name. Rogue
One.
I was gonna ask. So this is the review that I heard. It's very common. They say it wasn't so much a good Star Wars movie as it was a good like action, like
But
a movie, like a fun movie.
like
It
it's
didn't
fine.
have the flavor of Star Wars, though.
Right.
You know what? I think the reason I liked it, I hate like lightsabers and Jedi. Like get it out of my Star Wars movie.
Your hokey space religion.
Yeah, and this didn't have none of it.
It did not have none of
not
it.
none lightsabers.
Non lightsabers.
No, none of it?
Well, there was one lightsaber, and there's a giant reveal at the end, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I know. I haven't seen it, but I know the
You know
reveal.
the reveal,
yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like the hashtag Star Wars spoiler that I
Yeah.
keep seeing on Twitter. It's like, there's a hashtag Star Wars spoiler that's pretty good. But yeah, I heard that it's fun.
Yeah,
Like, if it wasn't on the feats of gods of Star Wars, that people would enjoy it.
no, it was good. Yeah, it was great. All the characters, everybody's great in it. I forget the guy that plays Han Solo.
Very memorable.
That German name he has.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, that's him. Chewbacca,
Yeah.
which they have a new Chewbacca, a new giant man.
New Baka.
Yeah, there's a new Baka. Woody Harrelson was phenomenal. Amelia Clarke,
Mhm.
I think is her name, was great. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Oh, Donald Glover, though. As
Oh, he's
Lando.
so good.
I heard he was really good.
Are
as
you
Lando.
okay? Do you want to see a Lando movie? Because that's what they're
Yeah.
saying.
He'd be great.
All right.
And you know what? not one Boba Fett shows up, and I'm very
Zero
happy
Boba
about
Fett.
that.
That upset me.
Why? They would ruin it.
What, Boba Fett?
Yeah, anything they do is
Boba
just
Fett.
gonna where. Anything they do is gonna ruin Boba Fett.
I think he should have accidentally bumped into him and had him fall. Like, it's just what they do.
Yeah, he just
Like,
hits
it's
his
his one
jetpack, and he's like, "Oh, come on!"
What about Greedo?
Oh, Greedo, I would have loved. That should have been the reveal. Don't wanna solo.
Yes.
Greedo wearing high heels.
Greedo, one day I will shoot you. Not if I shoot you first. And then turn to camera.
George Lucas.
Guys, we should write a Star Wars
There's a
movie.
phenomenal Han shooting first in Solo.
Oh, really? They reference it?
I mean, it hasn't that one hasn't happened yet, but there's a part where Han shoots a person before he gets shot, and it's so good.
All right. I do want to see it. It's just
Same.
it's lower on the list of things that
I haven't seen Deadpool. I saw
Yeah,
Solo first.
I saw Deadpool too.
All right, go on.
I loved it. It's upsetting. Like, I thought the beginning of it was really upsetting.
Like dark,
In a
Like-
violent way, in a gross way.
like upsetting, like you were upset that the movie went there. Or...
That's the story they chose to tell.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And like, no spoilies,
Mhm.
but there was definitely a moment of like, Deadpool, you're better than this. Come on. And then I hate the fact that we now have to have a debate, and again, no spoilies, of whether or not the after credit scene is canon.
Okay.
Because there's several after credit scenes.
Is this where all the cameos I hear about happen?
No.
Okay.
They're sprinkled throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some nice little ones you have to pause for.
There's some real good ones in this. But there's some really nice touches to this. There's some great callbacks to the first one. And they do a great job of the first movie was a love story, and this one's a family film. So I hope that they keep that trend of like this next movie is going to be,
Horror movie.
No, I think next.
Dog.
Yeah, I was actually going to say talking dog movie.
Well, there is a Deadpool dog.
Exactly. I think that's the next logical step.
Dogpool, yeah.
Is to do Dogpool.
They should do the whole Deadpool core.
I don't know if I want to go that far.
Kid pool, lady Deadpool, head pool.
I know I like all of that, but I think if the next one is like the theme is like Babe, like it's a talking animals movie, I would love it.
If George Miller directed it, I would like it.
But I'm also super excited to put together my Zeitgeist cosplay because I look like that guy.
You do.
I know. It's so good.
Wow.
And I was like, I just have to buy a green thing and a shirt and a magic marker to draw some tattoos.
One thing I want to
Perfect.
say about Zeitgeist, I'm surprised they didn't make a Pennywise or It reference when he was there.
Yeah, they really could.
Oh, is it? It's a Skarsgård.
It's a Skarsgård.
It's
yes.
Pennywise, yeah, and I'm
It's the
really
guy who looks
surprised.
like me.
Really surprised they didn't do that kind of reference. They called,
Yeah.
they called Cable Thanos. Like,
Yeah, they did do that, which super appreciate. Yeah, there's a lot of like references to other superhero movies that was like, wow. Usually you just pretend that stuff doesn't exist, but no, they
Well,
went
that's
all
what
in
he
on
does.
this. It's really fun. I think the greatness of Deadpool 2 will depend on its sequel because of that after credit scene.
okay.
Like it will be judged by what happens next.
Okay.
Whether or not the events of this movie are worth it. So that's my really weird, vague
Yeah.
review that is spoilies free. And we're going to throw it back down to Alex and ask what you're reading.
Right now, I am reading a book. It's called The Helm of Darkness. It's actually written by a fellow indie author. She's releasing it officially on Sunday, and I'm doing like a pre-reading. She read Dodger's Doorway and reviewed it, so I'm reading this for her and reviewing it for her. Yeah, Helm of Darkness. I love Greek mythology, so it's kind of like on the take of Percy Jackson, like mixing like the modern world with Greek mythology, and it's fun. It's a great like young adult novel. Has the action, has the Greek myth sprinkled in it. Definitely a fun read so far.
That sounds awesome. And I heard Percy Jackson is hit or miss, or that we're too old for it. So Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this will be something that I gravitate towards more. What was it called again? So I can.
It's
add
called
it to
Helm
memory
of
bank?
Darkness,
Helm of Darkness.
and it's by my friend Allie Mobley.
Okay.
Check it out.
I feel like I've come across this at like a book fair.
It hasn't come out yet. So you're a
Maybe
liar.
you've seen it on Facebook because she's been like promoting it, like the
What-
release coming up.
Like, is this her first book?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I don't know what I'm thinking about. The name sounded really familiar. I'm sorry. Sorry,
It's all right.
Will, what are you reading?
I finished Dune.
You said you didn't like it anymore.
I struggled through it because the problem I've had with all the, because I told you, I'm trying to get through the classic sci-fi stuff that kind of created all modern sci-fi
Okay.
tropes and ideas. And it is nice to pick out, like, oh, that's where the better book or better movie got its idea from. Like, oh, that's where this better
Gotcha.
story got its idea from. Because it did, like, create a lot of
You
the
like finding
groundwork.
where Dune inspired Dune?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Dune 2000.
So did you only finish the first book or like the series?
I've only finished the first book. It got to be a slog towards the end.
Yes.
I liked the beginning. Paul's becoming an omnipotent or omniscient being that could see the future, which made him a dick
Yeah.
and a jerk to women. So, but the thing that I got hung up on, and I realized the importance of naming people the right way in a sci-fi movie, because you get away with some stuff like a Luke Skywalker. Luke's like a real name,
Yeah.
but that's a fine. What I discovered you can't name a character is Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff is.
Jeff is wrong. Like when you have Paul Atreides, the Quizzix Harderock, and then Jeff,
And
who
Jeff,
used to
yeah.
work at Blockbuster.
I can see that as being a problem.
no last name at all. It's just
Yeah,
Jeff.
it's just Jeff, the Padishun Emperor, and Jeff, who don't drink no snooty beer.
Jeffrey? No, please, Jeff.
You gotta get to my spaceship, Jeffrey.
It's just Jeff.
So
please.
that's what I learned from Dune.
I believe the Alex Perlman review of the sequels were, if you want to read them, download them illegally and then delete them. That's how bad they are. Real quick, hi ninjas. There's a bunch of ninjas in the
They're
chat.
all united too.
Yes,
That's
the
frightening.
United Ninja Front has just shown up in the chat. I finished Heel on the Shovel.
Nice.
We had some independent comic book creators in, and I read their first book. Dodger's Doorway, of course, was episode 8. Haven't gotten around to it. But these guys were on 2 weeks ago, and I read it. And,
All right. I'm out.
no! To be honest, I don't own a copy of Dodger's Doorway. I only give it away.
5 years later.
I read Cube Sleuth. That was pretty good.
Oh, did you read Cube Slide? I haven't gotten around to that one either.
That was another independent
That's
book.
Dave Taruso,
Yeah.
right?
Dave
Yep.
Truso's book. I haven't gotten
But not
to
me. You know, 5 years. You know me.
it. You don't. It's
No, 8. No, we met in 2010. 8 years we've
yeah,
known
we've known
each
each other
other.
for 8 years. The book's only been around for 5 years. I can't be held responsible for the 3 years your book didn't exist and I didn't read it. You can be as mad as you want about these 5 years, though.
I'm going to be. This is.
I'll get to it. I'll get you back on in episode
All right.
487, and we'll talk about
Just
Dodger's
calm down.
Doorway. You got to finish the series.
Yeah, I gotta know if the whole thing's good.
Yeah, before I'll read it. But I read volume 1 of Heel on the Shovel, and it's good. It's not what I expected it to be. There's way too much nudity in it.
Well,
Like-
they did say that.
Yeah, like page 1, I was like, whoa. But the part that really stuck out to me is there's a moment where 2 kids are playing in the sand, and the little boy's like, "Let's play house," and the little girl's like, "I don't want to do that." And he's like, "No, it'll be fun. I'll be the daddy and you be the mom." And he's like, "Okay, well, I have to go to work." And the little girl goes, "Yeah, so do I." Like, it's tough. We have a lot to do. And like they have this like long discussion about how they both have to go to work, and the little boy eventually just goes, "All right, fine. It's Sunday. I don't have work today." And the little girl goes, I still do. Which I thought was wonderful. So it was very entertaining. It's not something you can read in public, but I greatly enjoyed it. So we're running a little bit low on time, so I'm going to ask you, what are you playing, Alex?
Right now, I'm almost finished Dante's Inferno for PlayStation 3.
Whoa, you were way back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still on PS3, but
Yeah.
Did you not like it?
I like retellings. Like I
Yeah.
think it's cool. Like it's a retelling of the Dante, the Divine Comedy, but it is just like a bastardized God of War.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Um,
I think that was the advertising.
The conceit is that no one's ever tried to not die before.
yeah.
Everyone else has just accepted it.
Homeboy dies, Grim Reaper shows up, he's like, not today, and takes his scythe, and he's like, oh, you can't do that!
That's pretty much.
Ah,
the
man.
story.
I did it though. I did. I got it right here.
Well, I guess you got a video game.
But yeah, I'm almost finished, and probably not something I want to play again, but
Yeah.
it's a button masher. It's a button
Yeah.
masher. Poor man's God of War.
Yes.
But same price.
Well, I mean, I think I paid like 15 because I got it used on Amazon,
That's a
and
good choice.
and you can shoot crosses at people, and very violent where you start killing babies. Like they're supposed to
Ooh.
you kill babies. They're supposed to represent like aborted babies.
Yeah, I also didn't like the take on it.
That's awkward. As someone that's playing God of War at the moment, there's no way I could go back to any previous game.
Gotta have a kid.
Yeah.
You're more fulfilled now. Life's more.
Yeah.
Boy,
Boy. Dad of boy. It's,
Dad of War.
oh God, it's so good. And like there's a lot of me just yelling at my son while I play.
boy. Is there like an actual button that says boy?
There's a button that makes him shoot his bow and arrow,
Okay.
which is cool. But like I'm at a part of the game where he's real mad at me, and
Oh,
it's,
no.
it's real rough. It's real rough going.
He'll forgive you eventually.
He's going
I
through
hope so.
puberty. I mean, you're killing gods, and he's
Yeah.
just,
Mhm.
Dad, why you gotta be like
He
this?
doesn't understand, and I just want what's best for him.
How many gods are left?
He, like I said, I don't think I've told you this yet. So I don't know why I said like I said. It's no longer a Greek game. It's
He's moved on to
Norse.
kill new.
It's Norse. It's Norse culture. So it's all about Thor.
So he's
and-
killing them.
Yeah,
I don't like
exactly
that.
them.
So is he just a Jesus allegory? Like at the end of this, is he going to be the one Christian God?
He certainly was in the first game.
And he's got a kid now?
I don't know enough about the story. There's still so many
I don't
mysteries.
know enough about the
new game.
Bible.
Just a quick thing. I've read something online how originally the plan for this new game, the God of War 4, Dad of War, whatever, was he was going to team up with Thor and I guess like some prominent hero from Egyptian mythology. Those three were going to team up and like
A cat, probably.
probably just
Yeah.
a cat. And they were
Become
gonna team
God
up.
Force.
And then the game ends with them following a star, and the star was going to take them to Jesus. They were going to be the three wise men.
Oh.
I
Ooh.
read that.
See, you said Star. I was like, they're going to fight the Scientology guy. Don't know his name. But
L. Ron Hubbard.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
they're going to
L. Ron
fight
Hubbard.
that dead SOB. I listened to an audiobook about him. He's a terrible person.
That was the original plan. Was that they were going to fight L. Ron Hubbard, but they were going to have L. Ron Hubbard be played by Jet Li, and he's very frail.
Can't do it
Very
now.
Is it time to go?
So what are you playing?
Yeah, William, what are you playing?
I played Fortnite, but I don't have anything. It's fun.
Before he gets sued and taken down?
Yep, exactly.
Were you good at it?
No, I'm not good at most
Is
video
anyone
games.
good at it?
Well, there were people that were better than me and angry at me, so I assumed they were good.
Literally the only time I did well in Fortnite, I didn't know I was playing on squads. And I just went in alone with no squad, and I came in second. And I was like, why is everybody working as a team? This is weird. Yeah, so that's my Fortnite story. Anything else you want to add about Fortnite before we
No,
move
I
on?
really thought I'd get a bit out of it, but I was like, this is an okay game.
Yeah, this happened. All right.
But that Jeff, oh,
Jeff. Is he in the game?
yeah.
Oh, Jeff, yeah. So we end all of our podcasts with a game. This is the new game that we play on the show. We like to play a game called Metafight. You and Will engage in a debate,
Oh,
but the debate is not in your own hands. You will pick a number, and you will have to defend whatever thing comes up. I have a list of 100 names here, and you're going to have to defend whoever comes up.
oh God,
It's-
I hope I know who this is.
It's very
Oh,
confusing.
yeah, it's
and
rough when you
difficult.
don't.
The rules are never give up, and good luck.
Oh, is it like a category or just like any?
Well, what I'm going to ask you is who would win in a boxing match.
Okay.
It's specifically a boxing match. Will, pick a number between 1 and 100.
100.
Number 100, all the way at the bottom, is BoJack Horseman.
Okay. All right.
You can say
BoJack Horseman.
New Jet Li.
Alex, pick a number.
19.
Number 19. Number 19 is Leroy Jenkins.
All right.
Leroy Jenkins versus BoJack Horseman in a boxing match. Your opening argument, Will.
Oh, man. I was going to say he's fit, but he's not. That was all CGI. I mean, he is a horse. He does some jogging. That's cardio. I bet he's got reach. He's very tall.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Right.
Opening statements.
Alex?
Okay, Leroy Jenkins has confidence. Okay, he's not afraid. He just shouts out that battle cry and just charges in. Doesn't give a damn.
All right,
I mean, he does get killed by a bunch of wormlings.
But, I mean, he lasted pretty long. I mean, it was kind of like... And at least he had chicken.
It's true. He did have chicken.
He did have chicken.
I mean, just... the fact he just went in guns a-blazing, like, I think confidence is definitely, like, at least, like, 51.5%.
Ooh, all right. It's always good to throw in statistics in a debate.
It's true. I don't think BoJack would be able to feel any of the punches, though. Because he's going to be so drunk and drugged up. And he's got a lot of demons that are just going to fuel that rage.
That's a good point.
True. I think Leroy is also a master of the psychological warfare. Because, okay, the confidence for one thing. I mean, he's playing online. When you play online, you learn to be very nasty to people. I mean, you're dealing with 8 hours of people calling your mother a whore. So he definitely knows.
You're not wrong, but don't say it.
He definitely knows how to dig into your deepest insecurities or fears. Or I think Leroy's.
I think what's gonna happen is that he's gonna see Leroy. He's gonna think he's a jerk. He's gonna kill him in the boxing match, and then it's gonna turn out that he was like fighting for charity, and he was gonna cure cancer, and then BoJack just dissolves into a deep hole of drunkenness and sadness. Well, that's what I've learned from BoJack.
He's gonna get Thanos. Thanos, excuse me.
Any closing argument, Alex?
I just think at least Leroy has his chicken.
All right.
Win or lose, he has
Feel
his
free to
chicken.
weigh in on in the chat. On BoJack versus. I think you both had very good arguments, in my opinion, going back and forth, playing to the strengths of the characters. But I think that the deciding blow was the plot armor of BoJack having the chance to do something successfully and immediately getting torn down, being more likely. And I think that was a better argument than has chicken. So
I mean, that was Leroy's argument, so I respect it.
So I'm going to give the first point to Will. We'll play to 2 because we're running a little bit late here. So let's do... let's do who would win a triathlon, which is biking, running,
A lot of physical stuff this time.
and swimming.
Of course.
Yes, yeah. Who would win a triathlon? Alex, you can pick first this time.
Give me number 1.
Nice.
Number 1 at the top is Mr. Hyde.
Okay.
Mr. Hyde, star of Dodger's Doorway. Mr. Hyde. The chat agreed with my BoJack choice, which is important to bring up. We'll go ahead and pick a number.
I'm going to go with number 69. What's up?
What's up?
Yes.
Dr. Jekyll.
Numbers.
Nah, it's always great.
Number 69 is the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, star of Dodger's Doorway.
All these characters from my books, I mean.
I know what's up. I make these lists with a very careful...
Even though you haven't read my book in 5 years.
No, or ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Surprised you knew Mr. Hyde was in it.
Let's gang up on Noah.
So, Alex, why would Mr. Hyde win a triathlon?
Okay, so apparently he, like, I don't remember that much, but I think he smells a lot. So, like, maybe like the other competitors will want to stay away from him, so they'll fall on the wayside while
he
he's
has
like
a
ahead.
stench. Like,
Yeah.
smelling things is not his hobby.
He's not like a Wolverine.
He personally smells. He's in the act of smelling.
His stink lines.
He stinks. Gotcha. Okay.
So I think like everyone else is gonna want to stay away from him, so they'll fall behind, and he kind of takes the lead. And I think he's like a big guy, isn't he? So like I think he has like long strides, and he's got like that animal instinct, and like probably goes on all fours. And
Gotcha.
See, nobody. One, caterpillars have like 1,000,000 feet. Just knocks your 4 feet right out of there. And
Okay.
nobody's going to be able to smell Mr. Hyde over that dank kush that caterpillar is puffing.
All right.
Just negates your stink argument entirely. Yeah.
All right, your rebuttal, Alex?
all right, I mean, I was gonna say, isn't the caterpillar like a little too stoned to want to commit to a triathlon? You feel like he's not that committed. He'd probably just want to like stay at the starting line and like tell riddles, or
That's a good point.
I think that's all he'd want to do. I don't think he's motivated enough to want to do the biking, running, swimming.
Right.
But
Well,
what if he starts spinning some silk and then he turns into a beautiful butterfly and finishes the race just in time, a la Tortoise and the Hare?
The Hyde and the caterpillar.
Classic story.
Classic fairy tale. I mean, are we assuming that he's smoking something that lets him spin and metamorphose into
Yeah, he's
a
puffing that
butterfly?
sweet cotton.
what are you talking about?
Isn't that slang for vaping?
He's vaping now.
Weed.
He's puffing that
Cotton,
cotton.
the cotton, because it looks like cotton when it comes out of your mouth.
Closing arguments?
I'm gonna say that Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde.
Oh no. You okay?
He has hair in my mouth. It's Mr. Hyde.
Oh, no.
He got you.
He got
Gotcha.
me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Or it's that good cotton or whatever.
Sweet cotton.
I'm just gonna say that Mr. Hyde. Maybe everyone's gonna be chasing him with pitchforks because they're like, you were committing crimes and we're gonna get you. So he's got like a mob kind of going after him, chasing after him. I think that's definitely gonna motivate him to get as far away from them as possible.
Gotcha. Good motivation. All right, Will, closing argument?
Butterfly was the best I had. He's a fat old caterpillar.
Voiced by Snape.
I think I gotta give that one to Alex.
All right.
Because I didn't understand a lot of Will's argument.
It's because you're not hip with the lingo.
It was a little bit confusing. So be it. All right. So
All right, tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. Final
We have
question.
to keep doing it.
Yes. Who is more likely to win a Nobel Peace Prize?
Hmm.
Will, pick a number.
13.
Number 13. Number 13 is Barney the dinosaur.
Oh, come on. That's a gimme.
Barney
Perfect.
the dinosaur.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to say 66.
66.
Do it.
66. That's so far down. 66 is the polar bear from Lost. So
my God.
Barney the dinosaur versus the polar bear from Lost, trying to get a Nobel Peace Prize. Will?
I mean, Barney has always been an advocate of peace and friendship and love. He's spent his career teaching children to not fight and to stand up to bullies, and I think these all are worthy of a Nobel Peace Prize.
All right. Good opening argument. Alex?
I think the polar bear on Lost presents a great argument for global warming.
Yes. I was really hoping you'd do that.
I mean, why is the polar bear on the island?
I know we're arguing.
I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, I was going to say he eats bad people, but no, why is he on the island? Like, I watched the series and I still don't know why he was on there unless
No
it was
one
something to do with
does.
climate control. He's going to spur the Senate or the government or whoever's in charge of this to start researching. And yeah.
Will, rebuttal?
It was a really good argument. Nah, he wins. It's fine. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'm blown away by that argument. Alex
Perfect.
Reale, you win.
man.
Congratulations.
All right.
Fantastically argued.
Mom, are
Anything you
proud?
want to plug before we say goodbye?
I think I plugged everything. My book.
Do it again. Where can we get that book?
You can get my book on Amazon.com. Just search my name, Alessandro Reale, or Dodger's Doorway.
You might just
Only-
find it at Barnes and Noble.
It's just hanging on a shelf.
It could just be somewhere.
Might not scan. I can't guarantee you'll be able to buy it.
Yeah,
They
but
might
it
just
might
give
be
it to
there.
you.
What a
Ben
deal.
Fiddler's artwork, obviously, and my friend Allie's book, Helm of Darkness.
Yes, which I've read.
He's definitely read it. That
real-
isn't even released
it's
yet,
real
but my
good.
book's been out for 7 years.
Real good. I recommend it to everyone.
He recommends it to people on Reddit. Won't read
Yes,
it himself.
I do. I recommend it to Reddit all the time, but I have not read it. Will, anything to
No,
Good
not this time.
add?
Caterpillar Mr. Hyde.
His
His new book, by
You-
the way.
You said Mr. High one time,
Did
and
I
I'm
really?
very sad we didn't capitalize on that.
Dang it.
Be sure to give us 5 stars on iTunes, 5 stars on Stitcher. Vote for us on podcastland.com. Make us the podcast of the month. We're now available on Wildfire Radio, Spotify, and YouTube. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe there. And also, if you want to join us live in the chat like these ninjas are, we are Plus 2 Comedy on Twitch, and we start recording around 8-ish. It fluctuates. Upcoming shows include, oh my gosh, it's already going to be June. On the 7th, we have the host of Dear Goddesses, a show at Good Comedy. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to Net Neutrality for still existing, especially in California, and keeping the show possible. This is the Plus 2 Comedy Podcast. Thank you guys so much.
Right.